Whisper here, back with some of this Warhammer 2 Total War with a ton of mods and Total Randomizer, whole series I've been doing here. So I installed even more mods for this go around. I've been looking into some. I installed some like just campaign level ones or graphical tweaks and extra units and things. And someone it was suggested that I get the legendary lore mod, which I did as well. It sounds pretty cool. Just anytime you defeat an enemy legendary lore, or do something like build a building up all the way in a certain region, or build a landmark building, or just move your lord to a specific part of the map or something, it'll just pop up with little interesting lore notes, which I think sounds pretty cool. But beyond that, in the past I've used Grinsos' faction unlocker, which pretty much just unlocked like every single faction on the map, without really doing anything to them, unless you had another mod that did so. But I found that it hasn't been really updated the past two DLCs, so I found Wixus, I think is how you would say that. Wixus faction unlocker. And it's a bit more selective, but it works with some of the other DLCs I have, like Kataf's Southern Realms, that makes some new factions out of the little Spanish and Italian and maybe Border Princess places down here. He also has one that makes the Norse dwarf faction up here, Kazaa. I don't remember. I was gonna try and attempt it, but I don't really remember how it's like Kazaa, Adrak, or I don't know. But it also goes along with some legendary Lord packs that he has created that are pretty cool. For a lot of the minor factions around the map, it adds a new Lord, sometimes some race attributes, new faction effects and Lord effects and things that really make them well done and well thought out. I started this video a first time and I was like, I'll just mention all that, take a look at some of the different faction lords and things, and then make a normal video. But I realized that there was enough content going through them and talking about them that it could just be its own thing and probably would be better off for it. And then I tried making it again, got like 5 minutes in, and then a car alarm went off for like 5 minutes. So here we are in take 3, guys. But that's just sometimes what happens when recording. Anyway, first off, we got Drace here, which I'm surprised that didn't just have Alistair the White Lion. But last time I played, I didn't have these mods yet, but it just started out Eataine with Altharion here, right? Oh no, Tyrion. There we go. My bad. Tyrion just started out with him, with Alistair the White Lion as a lord for some reason. But anyway, they get suitable mountain climate, a lot of stuff for ambushes and forest battles, and a lot of buffs, as you would assume, to lion, high elf themed units. And it's good for them now because the war lions and lion chariots were introduced pretty recently. He also starts out with a Regiment of Renown version of the White Lions of Trace, and some chariots, so it's pretty strong. Then you got Safri, that would be a strong starting position as well. I do have the randomizer on, so they'll end up somewhere else, probably less ideal if I were to keep that on, but they're very magical focused. They're buddies with the Order of the Lore Masters way down here, and Untainted +2 is nice on all characters, and then a lot of buffs to Lore Masters of Oath and Sword Masters of Oath. And they start out with some of the Sword Masters and of Phoenix, which is cool. I would assume a lot of mages and things coming out of that faction. Then the Citadel of Dusk, right down here by the Lore Masters, gains bonuses when Eadine and the eastern shores of Lustria are held by High Elves. That's interesting. Receives penalty when it's not. So that seems like a kind of a similar. Why did that change? I don't know what did that. I just scrolled down a little bit, I think. But that's kind of similar to Alaria with protecting the inner ring. You can recruit nobles without the buildings. Yeah, I don't know why it changes over to this chick. That's clearly doesn't seem like it'd be part of this faction, but I could be wrong. Maybe that's some kind of high elf nature mage. I don't know. Enables lightning strike battles when reinforcements are present. But he gets a lot of units. Storm Riders. That's a Regiment of Renown. Well, you get Stag Knights as well. No, see, it switches over. See, that was a high elf. This was right. Yeah, that mod was a little weird there. It, like, combined his units with a high elf faction. I don't know what that's about. I think it says new, right? Full disclosure, I don't play the Lizards very often, so I definitely should make it a point to play them in this little series. I think Lizardmen, Undead, Dwarves to a lesser extent would be good. Definitely a lot of these random factions I'm gonna try out from the mods. I don't play Beastmen or Chaos that often. Just because I like building things more than I like just wandering around and destroying, when the AI will just move in and resettle things. But let's see what he has. Start the campaign with control of Lord Croak. So I guess he gets an additional strong Lord. And I don't play them enough. I'm not sure if this is one that was just added kind of recently or not. But he's strong in his own territory, and he doesn't like those skinks. This one is, let's see, what were they? Itza. I can't remember if that was actually unlocked in the game. These last two I'm sure about. Red-crested skinks, ancient salamanders, and more salamanders. So I'm assuming buffs to, some ambush underway. Skinks. If you like salamanders and skinks, that is for you. Then we got the Shrouded, which apparently hates all elves. He has bear leadership when fighting elves, and melee attack, just loves fighting them. And this is interesting. He leaves a protective mist on a region he visits. So I wonder exactly how that works. Is it just a buff with the name The Shrouded? I kind of picture it. Maybe maybe obscuring sight or not letting people see what's in the city. But he's deep into that magic. Temple cards, skinks, and a Bastellodon with a revivification crystal. Am I putting too many V's in there? Revivification. No, revivification. I don't like that word. Revivifa is too much to say. Rakarth, I've only played him a little bit, but he was just recently added. I'm sure everybody is aware. And it's doing something weird again. Unless that's how it's starting now in this mod. Is he just starting with orcs? That would not make sense, but okay. I kinda doubt that. And this is new. Dolores Dreadbringer. You can start as the Scourge of Cain. Oh yeah, obviously they own the Shrine of Cain, so I assume they'd still have to build up the building to unlock it. I think that requires that. See, you scroll down a little bit and this chick just loves popping up. And there we go. You should only have these three. It had some wrong ones at the end, a few at the beginning. But I really like the Argonath Executioners. That like weird curved blade, two-handed sword is cool. And the Witch Elves are tough too. So he has bonus to, he loves Argonath. Hence the importing the Executioners. Post-battle loot. If you play as Rakarth, I played as him a little, but I very quickly got an option to confederate with these guys as well, but that's a rough proposition if you do it too early, because I can tell you that every high elf on the island will be gunning for you. So it's a rough start. And he's the Dreaded. I'm not sure what it does exactly, but it sounds like probably something that would give him like the fear effect or something. And he's good with witches and the Argonath. And let's see. I really like this Skaven. They've added so many though that I haven't tried them all out. Starting in Skavenblight would be super fun though. And Hellbit. Let's see, was Mordkin. I think they added Feskit. Did they, or is he the most recent one? No. This guy's the most recent actual one. With the abominations, yeah. So this guy appears to be new. He starts down near Snitch, right? Yeah. Yep. Okay. So plus armor on everybody. You can gather bones after battle, which will grant access to powerful schemes. He's good at fighting vampire counts, vampire ghost, and doom kings. All armies plus melee attack. That's good for where he's starting out in the desert. And some buffs to storm vermin, which are their best mainline infantry. I kind of want to try Archon the Black too, because a couple of the mods like reworked some of his stuff. Did they add her into? I guess I haven't played her, but I guess they did add her in as playable. But this guy is new. You can play as Numas. Gold mines are stronger from him. Replenishment is up. But he's very cavalry focused. Which I don't think normally their cavalry doesn't seem that strong. In my experience. I don't know. But this one buffs them, so they will be. Which is kind of cool. Plus recruit rank. Plus recruit capacity. The weapon strength in his army up 20% for all of them. He has the curse of Tutankhamun. Missile strength for those horse archers, and just charge bonus, so that would be super cool. The Dread King, you can start out playing. The Dread King Legions, that's in the black. Oh wait, is it in the Black Pyramid? I think so. Maybe. That faction looks right in the Black Pyramid, and that looks right too. Well, assume so. It kind of looks like the Lich King. You can recruit vampire count units. He hates all Doom Kings and loves the vampire counts. Vampire corruption does not affect public order. That's very useful. I think for some reason this guy, public order up to 30 based on percentage. Up to 30 based on percentage of vampire corruption present. Oh, vampire corruption does not affect public order. I swear, I started one just to mess around with. Maybe the mod tweaked that. I did get a mod just for him, but I played it without it, and it was hurting him. He was spreading it, and it was hurting public order. So I think that mod might have fixed it. Not this chick again. We're gonna be mad at her by the time we get over to where she is. Makes his Dread Legion units super strong. Which what? Two-handed Dread Legion, Hex Wraiths, and Doom Guard. That's an interesting mix of unique units, undead units, and Doom King units. Nekanaten. Egyptian sounds cool, doesn't it? The Army of the Golden Scarab, which appears to be a horde faction because it doesn't have a region. They hate the greenskins. Look at that, he has a polearm and a sickle sword, a scimitar or something. Good at fighting the greenskins, bonus weapon strength. Plus 25% casualties after battle replenished or captured. So I guess that affects anything you do after battle, really. Did the Doom Kings always collect slaves? I didn't think so, but a lot of these new ones seem to be centered around it, which would make sense for an Egyptian-themed race. Ancient Egyptian. What has he got? Doom Swarm. Yasurians. Kepra Swarm. What is a Doom Swarm? And it doesn't say that he starts with anything, but I would think that he probably must. Yeah, these don't either. Rakaf is another one. And how is this recommended for first campaign? That's odd. But Rakaf, of the Rakaf dynasty. Hidden settlements. Oh, maybe that's why. To outsiders, your city seems like ruins. So it's like this Skaven. But few suspect the hive of activity occurring in the catacombs and dormant-looking pyramids. They can equip a Kemrian War Sphinx as a mount. That's very strong. Immune to sandstorms. Chance of ambushing an enemy army. This force attacks. So just randomly you have a chance to do that without lightning striking or setting it up, which is cool. Army ability. Faction-wide Sand of Vale. Wait. What? That's not right. Sand Vale. War Sphinx units are boosted, and I can tell you this is not Rakaf and that's not right. But we don't see what's right. Nothing done with the vampire counts, or vampire, wow, I just forget Empire. All the human factions are playable with their own unique guy, Marius Leitdorf of Averland, who likes the mountains, immune to mountain attrition. Boost to Pistoliers and Outriders faction-wide, that's really good. I think he would start with pistol people, but he has a huntsman. Oh, Marius Leitdorf's mind is fractured. Any one of his myriad different personalities. So that's stealing Luther Harkins kind of thing there, which is cool. I like that they, in creative ways, combine and reuse and tweak mechanics for some of these new factions. And he boosts the knights as well. So that's pretty cool. That's a good starting position if you hate the undead. Aldebrand Ludendorff of Oakland. He's good at forest battles, very good. Plus range, 20% for handgunners. That's very strong as well. Handgunners need more line of sight, but they do a lot of armor-piercing damage. Bonus versus large. And yeah, that's very good when you're fighting Beastmen, Norsca, and Chaos. They throw a lot of large Chaos spawn, and the AI does some crazy things with mammoths. Playing as the Empire, I've had to fight Ulfric the Wanderer, or whatever, up here from Norsca, bringing armies with just literally like 8 of the upgraded War Shrine, War Mammoths or something. And that is annoying. You just need lots of crossbowmen and handgunners and target them. Edvard van der Graal. There we go. You gotta be fast about it, don't. Edvard van der Graal of Marienburg. And I don't remember back in Warhammer 1 and maybe earlier, I don't remember them getting this entire, like, 2 provinces of or maybe it's just 1 here. I don't know. But they have more land here. And a boat icon. It's pretty cool. So Regiments of Renown is cheaper by 30%. Ports are cheaper to construct, and income plus trade 25% is a huge benefit. And when fighting at sea, the Lord's army gets drunken and has access to shipbuilding, which I'm not sure how that works out at all. Does that just add a weird, couldn't just add a weird ship unit, so it has to kind of work like a dread fleet, right? Like a black ark. So that would be super interesting to see, and immune to high seas. So that sounds very fun to play as. Because it's been mainly Norsca and the Dark Elves and the zombie pirates, but you finally get a good boy faction out on the seas, which makes a lot of sense because a lot of those Western Empire factions and a lot of the Spain and Italy ones are very sea-going. So we have Boris Todbringer. I'm sure everyone who's played the Empire is familiar with this guy who starts right above you, and I'm sure you usually want to capture him, or not capture, but confederate with him or something to get this guy with his cool eye patch. But he causes fear when fighting beastmen. He hates him. I forget the lore. Did a beastman or a greenskin take his eye? Seems like it would be beastmen. 10% for all state troops. I don't know what that means. That's something new to him. And he's stronger when under siege. State troops. So we're not, with the additional starter units, we're not getting the full picture. Especially when it doesn't show any in his own army. But it sounds cool. And he's better at fighting Beastmen, Chaos, and Norsca. Derek Gosser. So, all armies have faster replenishment for Free Company militia. They can move 10% further when they're in their own region. Which I forget if I enabled a mod that did just that. But it makes sense, right? I think that's just something that should be in the base game, because once you conquer huge swaths of the map, it takes up a lot of time moving around. So, oh, you get untainted from having ports. That's good for fighting off Norsca. And he's kind of leaning in towards priority units as well with the Free Company militia. Here's Wolfram Hertwig of Ostermark. And again, good for fighting chaos in Norsca with bonuses to witch hunters and things. Diplomatic relations with Kislev. And there is some mods that, flesh Kislev out into a fully fledged faction. And they do a pretty good job. But it didn't look like they were updated. So I didn't add them in. And, with them being their own faction soon anyway, I don't really want to play as them right now and ruin that. Their cavalry is immune to psychology, and they're good at intercepting. Got Valmir von Rokov of Ostland, who's good in the frozen climates up here in the north. He can take the fight to Norsca. Good with spearmen and halberdiers. Expert charge defense for spearmen. He's super tanky against cavalry, I guess. Just shuts them down. Every single perk is good against that. Would be very good against mammoths and things as well. Alberich Haupt Anderson of Stirland. It's interesting that he gets the moot, but I'm pretty sure the moot is listed as a separate faction on here as well. Look, they have different race attributes too that I wasn't really looking at. Imperial Decree. Summon the Elector Counts and Imperial Authority. Okay, not him. Imperial Authority in that, but he's missing Decree. This guy's missing most of it, but he has a College of Magic. Okay. You can do the Elector Counts and Authority. Where were we? This guy. Okay. Sigmarite Dogma. You can tell he looks like a warrior priest of Sigmar. So they spread untainted, good against the vampires. Archers are cheaper. Also good against vampires. Because they have no range, really. Less armor, leaning into that flagellant, reckless abandon going against the undead, I guess. But they're faster. And has benediction. Whatever that does. Helmut Feuerbach. Got those Knights of the Blazing Sun. So he's Talabecland. The demogryphs are very strong for him. Causes fear for sword, so his swordsmen cause fear in his army. That's pretty interesting. Here's Wissenland. Completely different character leading her. Clearly a she isn't good fighting vampire counts. Glibfoot Volspanker of Mootland. That's a new one. And look at these. Let me see, check that. But so you can play as the halflings, which weren't even in the normal game, even a unit, but they're mentioned in the lore of the province. But establish restaurants in foreign regions with a master chef agent, or when gifting a region to the empire, which is a new thing as well, it sounds like. Has access to the kitchen. They're friends with dwarfs, men, and elves. They're just good little halflings here. Plus 25% from income. They hate Averland for whatever reason. I don't really know their lore. Their forces are resistant to chaos corruption. And they have more money from trade, so it sounds like they're pretty peaceful. You know, they can get money from trade in their own income, and everybody loves them. And they're buffed for halfling units and press ganged thieves. But look at this. Just a big old chicken mount. Got ogres, look like Ogren from Warhammer 40k. And master cooks. Use your lords to forage for ingredients and cook food recipes to boost your halfling armies. Establish lucrative restaurants in foreign settlements. The halfling units make up the majority of this roster, along with added culinary artillery and monstrous ogre. That sounds like a fun one. And then this one, which also sounds cool, Morgan Bernhardt of the Grudgebringers Mercenary Company. So this one seems really fun to me, because if you've played Warhammer Shadow of the Horned Rat, which I think it's on GOG now. I'm really curious how it works on PC. But I played it way back in the day on PlayStation 1. I bought it used and played the heck out of that. Got, I think it was multiple discs, and I was like a couple in or something. But yeah, I didn't get to finish it because I think one of the discs had a scratch on it, and I tried to like clean it and stuff, but it just froze in one of the animations, cinematics, I mean. But anyway, this is the main character of the company that you play as in that, Morgan Bernhardt of the Grudgebringers. And they have some interesting stuff here. You can hire wizards to boost or bolster the Grudgebringers' strength. Imperial reinforcements can gift newly conquered territories to the Empire in turn for reinforcements. That's cool. They're a horde, so they can't probably... I don't know if you can conquer. It would make sense if you could not. So you can... But I do like the horde factions where you can conquer something and not just leave it as pointless ruins where the AI can come back and settle it for, you know, money is no object to them, so they just do it. And they'll just do it, and, you know, it takes some troops, but they just get a bonus to replenishment as well, so they'll just be good to go in a turn. And powerful but expensive mercenary units. I am kind of interested just because, you know, the nostalgia for Shadow of the Horned Rat. I remember I like writing. I always have. I would write a bunch of stories in even in elementary school. But I know after playing this, I did my own little fantasy universe. I wish I could track it down. I don't know if it's at my parents' house or something, but just blatantly ripping off the name. It was like, I don't know, it might have started with Shadow, but it was like maybe Shadow of the Spiked Troll or something like that. Like, other than the name, it was like different, I think, but I don't know. I just like this game. But you can replenish units in full for gold when in, I guess you can own territory. It implies when near to owned or imperial settlements. A states, Bretonian kingdoms, and dwarf realms. So that we haven't seen a restriction like that in any faction before. You have a roving camp which grows with the mercenaries' reputation and a boost to diplomacy. I wonder if they can still declare war on you if they hate you enough. But, ooh, 35% upkeep. Reduction in attrition. You heal slower though. So that's I think what to motivate you to donate regions and get some reinforcements that way. But they can move faster and are pretty strong. Got the Grudgebringer crossbows, the cannon, and the infantry, which lines up with units from the game. And here we're getting into Kataf's southern realms. The Border Princes. The Border Princes seem pretty cool, because they can recruit some dwarven units in there as well at certain buildings. So it's like a mix of Bretonia, dwarves, and imperial units. Pretty cool. That's their big thing, is they can hire those dwarves. Let's see. Strong economy can sustain vast expenses, finance political maneuvers, and fuel expensive collection of exotic items. So I think you just have like a shop you can use, it's like some of the other factions to spend money to buy rare things. Jack of all trades army with skirmishers, specialist dwarves. It's pretty cool. Human adaptability allows opportunities in the face of adversities, including domination of otherwise unsuitable regions. I don't know lore about this guy, but he seems pretty creepy, like he should be a vampire count. But he hates them. Yeah, hates the vampire counts. Minus 50% vampiric corruption or attrition, that's cool. And public order, all provinces, which is nice. What's he have? Shield bearers look cool. And enforcers are new. Lupio Sunscryer. Collect tribute commandment, which is the boost to taxes. You get more money, but makes people also not like you. The range for gunpowder, cavalry, and infantry, that's a big one. And look, everyone specifically hates this lord. Minus 4, wherever he is. But he gets that money. He boosts the tax rate. Oh yeah, pikemen and royal guard are new. Lucrezia Belladonna of Tobero. Foster Independence Commandment adds diplomacy with men and high elves. Plus diplomacy with all factions, that's good. Plus diplomacy with the southern realms. Compared to the other guy, a very likable one. Knights in Carmine. Pavis crossbowmen and swashbucklers, all new. Leonardo Catraza. Let's see, plus to growth everywhere, plus from port income. He's Tilia, did I say what the other one? Yeah, Tobero. Estalia. So that's Spain very clearly. That's something. Looks like it's still in Spain. And then very clearly switching into Italy over here. Italia. Pretty much. The Empire likes him. Noble retinue. Carabiniers. It's usually carabiners, I think, right? Or something. And pikemen. Then also from Italy you got Borgio, the besieger. He's good at laying siege. Reduces enemy hold that time by 3. Which is really good. He's a siege attacker. Adds an additional siege tower for each build. That's a trait that I haven't seen before. And can recruit a second company of Barganza's Besiegers unit. It's probably a regiment of renown. Braganza's Besieger cannons and Pavis crossbowmen. El Gadavo, you can play as the New World colonies. And he hates Lord Mazdamundi, which I think owns Exwaddle or something, I don't know. He likes the Hunts Marshal, hates all lizard. The Tale of Gadavo provides a story-driven buffs for him and his army. It's a skill chain, that's pretty cool. The Al-Qatani Fellowship will never fight for this legendary lord. Don't know who that is. But he has Sartosan pirates on his side as well. And then you have Marco Colombo. Clearly Columbus, right? And he does not like the Hunts Marshal. He's good at fighting rogue armies. He likes the Lizardmen, which is a change of pace. Double experience for hunting down rogue armies. I guess the sea ones would be a very common source of that. Yeah, minus 80% casualty from being on the sea. Plus movement range, that's cool. And we've seen those units. And this is a brand new one that I didn't even know that I installed something for, honestly. But, yeah, there's Araby, and that's a completely new thing that they kicked out some of the other factions to install here. But they hate the Bretonnians. They loathe the Crusaders, and though minor agreements are possible, any sort of alliance is not. Grand Bazaar, barter with coin and trade in goods for magic items. So he's immune to desert. Really, this Sultan Jafar of the Caliphate of Araby hates the Doom Kings as well. Boost to trade, that's good, and magic. Yeah, Jezzails. So sharpshooters, flying carpets, that's funny, and a bombard. Oh, she took over a big swath of land, 3 provinces here. Immune to desert. She can recruit certain Doom King units. Diplomatic relations with the Scythen god, Tutankhamun of Nomus, which is to her north. Huh, pretty cool. So yeah, look, she has some skeleton units there. Let me just double check that's alright, yep. Camel riders, elephants, scorpions. Oh, look at him, he's all the way over here in South America. He's actually, has plus diplomacy with Pirates of Zartosa. Income from raiding, immune to high seas attrition. Campaign range. Oh, he can build ships as well, that's cool. What's he have? Promethean hatchlings, flying carpets, and Kamir al-Nar, which looks like a demon gargoyle. There's only one, believe, right? Was Karak Azul one you could play already? I don't know. I actually don't remember. Wait, what? Why is there rats? Overcoming dwarf enemies gets ancestral grudges. Are these new? Should these rats be here? Thought he was just a boost to Slayers. So, that seems not right. The Dragon Slayer. Toolmakers don't make much income. Starts with the most heinous grudge. I can't remember if it's been a while since I played the dwarves too, but I think those ones were in it. But this guy, Krakadrak, Thorgard Cromson, and he has its own. Oh, they have special little grudges too. So Norse dwarves have a roster of melee infantry, aggressive berserkers, stubborn runic warriors, limited ranged though. Chaos abhorring Norscan allies. Help though. Scores against the dwarves must be settled. Okay, and these are normal. The Huskarls are new. Grumbakras are new. And Slayers are not. So, hey, no. No, what else? Look, they can actually, it's like the only faction. They can reclaim the Chaos Wastelands. It's unsuitable, but they can do it. And of course, suitable is frozen. So that's pretty cool. These, like, the faces for some of these look different. I haven't played them in a while. I don't know why it's showing those. I don't think that's right. But he actually can recruit zombies and stuff, which is pretty cool. I think he was already in the game though. Right? Pretty sure. Anyway, Rotgut's Red Fangs can make trade agreements with other greenskins, which is different. Wa has a chance to contain orc boys. He steals XP earned by other lords. It's pretty cool. Dinnet Four Eyes of Black Venom. Campaign. So he reduces enemy movement. Wait, what? For the enemy army starting to turn this province. Enemy armies faction-wide. Well, anyone who starts in his land just gets a faction-wide debuff. That's odd. And he can have spiders in his wall. Dinnet's wall. So he gets spider hatchlings. And forest goblins of black venom. And he does have 4 eyes. Weird. Snagla Grobspit. That's a unique starting location for an orc. Oh, goblin, you know. He has some forest goblins as well. He hates the frozen, but he loves temperate and jungle. He's not in a good spot to get that environment. Those wise spiders. So, recruitment cost plus 200% for orcs, and upkeep minus 40% for forest goblins, so they definitely want you to stick with goblins. And look at this, the Dragon Queen. And this, I don't know why it's mixed in with the orcs. I guess, oh, it is orcs. Weird. But Rage Fire is a resource used for magic, powerful magic spells. You can call upon additional goblin and draconic armies. And roster filled with fast goblins wielding flaming weapons and dragons. You can add a 4th level to gold mines. That's cool. You can recruit draconic units. Add rage fire resource. Upkeep reduced for goblins. Fire resistance, but less leadership and happiness. But look at that, untainted. Nothing's coming near these dragons. And where's that? Down here. Southeast in the map. Grok Beast Basha. The Blue Vipers, so that's interesting. Start location for the orcs as well in Central America over here. They can recruit powerful Badlands orcs, savage orcs. Okay. So they can't live in frozen, but desert and jungle, so that's a good spot for them. They're good at fighting the lizards. But, yeah, you gotta stick with the savage orcs, or you're gonna be paying a lot of money. Was it There's spear ones, I guess. I don't know. And Red Cloud over on the right. You can always recruit the Goblin Big Boss. You get Goblin Wolf Riders. Wolf Riders are cheaper. You can see further. Okay. But he's Gadilla the Hunter. Okay, he's like Attila. I don't know. Attila the Hun. Yeah, that's clearly the inspiration. Let's see, there's only one new in here, is Wallach Harkin. It's another... Wait, who was Harkin? Oh, that's the vampire count, right? Luther Harkin. Seems normal. He's suitable in the mountains. And he starts over here by the Wood Elves and Empire. Oh, he has Blood Knights. So don't use zombies, don't use skeletons, use Blood Knights. Less magic though, but likes fighting humans. Blood Knights. Dismounted Blood Knights. Pretty cool. Yeah, a new Norska guy of the Scalings. Does he have any? Yeah, he has some unique stuff. He's a monster hunter. You can pledge allegiance to specific gods. I think that's... Oh, that is here. Okay, so just a subset. He has limited access to hell cannons. That's cool. Leadership size at sea. Immune to attrition. Hates Bretonnia, as all Norskins do. But here's some new ones here we're getting into down here. Morgan, the Phantom Queen. The tribes of Albion have rebelled the mark of chaos, but their lands have not. They have long lived in bitter harmony with the corrupting influence of chaos. Completely rebuilt the Waystones of Albion for powerful bonuses, including missing an L there, but unlocking the Unchosen legendary lord, and to end the invasions of the Dark Emissaries' forces once and for all. And they're all kind of like Celtic themed, it looks like Sword Maidens and Albion Giant and Hearthguard. So completely immune against chaos attrition. Public order is 30% reduced by the presence of chaos, and plus raiding. Seems pretty fun. And they added the trolls. I'm not very sure how to interpret these starting positions, but you need to keep track of food like the Skaven have. Chaos, corruption, creeping, insidious, ruin that can spread within enemy territory, leading to public order issues and chaos rebellions. So they spread chaos. All trolls, all trouble. So you got chaos stone trolls, cavern trolls, bile trolls. Does not pay additional army upkeep. Hey, there we go. Can only enter into diplomacy with chaos worshipping, greenskin, or rogue factions. Their public order is high though, growth high, and spreads chaos. Hopefully they're unique to chaos corruption themselves. And everybody hates him. Chief Ukma is a river troll. He benefits from all the abilities of his kind. And bonuses to them. The Fimir have their own kingdom now. Did I read what he was? Ukma tribe. Chief Ukma. Here's Mierg Skatak. Servants of Fimornaid. They're somewhere up there. So they take slaves, they spread chaos. Casualties captured plus 70%. Chance of ambush when attacking. Everybody hates them. Norsca units that you usually get, but also fen beasts and river trolls. Moving on over, they've added quite a lot of Bretonians. You have Artois, which, let's see what their benefit is mainly. Forest battles, Vanguard deployment for bowmen, that's kind of interesting. Alright, that's about it for Chilfroy. Bohemond of Bastogne. Beast Slayers of Bastogne starts with a Regiment of Renown. It's pretty cool. Blessing of the Lady. Some little bonuses, nothing too exciting. Adelhard of Lyonesse. Be prepared to fight the Red Duke starting there. Good at fighting undead and vampires. Loves Temperate Island. Is that what high elves are? Chivalry, some minor tweaks to cavalry and things. Sir John Tyreweld. It's weird that they're French, but then a lot of their lords are English. I don't know. Knights of Origo. Frenzy for Knight Lords and Paladins. Some random moves. Raiding stance does not count as dishonorable. I guess, I don't know, he's down here in Araby. He's good very strong when attacking. And good with battle pilgrims and stuff. And Paravan Cassione. All Night Lords start with Pegasus mounts. Bonus to healing. He's good in the mountains. He starts with some Pegasus units. So that is them. We got a few more. Yeah, we can make it through these. There's not too many more. Mask of Loic, which is Wickwithil, the Wild of the Wood Elves. All Shadow Dances of Lorik are available to the War Dancer and Blade Singers. So he's very good with War Dancers and Blade Singers, which are their higher level, most fun units anyway, I think, for melee. Hate the greenskins. And that's a good place for hating them. They're right near the Badlands. That's pretty cool. Here's the one that's been super excited to have us see what units she has. Stag Knights are good. She can build a special waystone which grants bonuses to forces in adjacent regions. And a couple other tiny things for spell singers and items. But she starts near the heart of the forest as she's Neith of Widrioth. And this blind guy kind of looks like Eldon to me with that blindfold. But he can use the Forge of Starlight to craft and upgrade unique items and weapon and armor. The other elves like him, high elves and wood elves, plus 10 armor faction-wide is great. He sounds strong, can use Val's hammer. That's pretty cool. Has a nice sword there. Here we go. Oh, even has a little cinematic. But Belacor, the Dark Master of the Harbingers of Doom. Take slaves, spread corruption. Chance of ambushing. Good at leadership in melee. Everybody hates him. Kinda clear why, just straight up demons. And Gorn Bloodletters, yep, there they are. Fenbeast and Fim Guards. We got a couple more. I think Shadowgrave was in it, but Torox the Bright. specific. No, they all have Dark Moon. I haven't played Beastmen in a long time. So, bonuses for Minotaur units pretty much across the board. Upkeep, Berserk. So it's going to be very melee strong army. It starts up there in the Northern Empire. Then we have Goros Warhoof. Can recruit unique Gorhoof hero. Good with Centaurs. Yeah, lots of Centaurs. Can move further. And less, yeah, so another Centaur. Not another, but, a Centaur themed army. Up here in Kislev territory, kinda. Got a couple new Horde factions for Chaos as well. Have Egrim. That came out weird. I don't know. Egrim Van Horstman of the Cabal. Is that unique to him? Yeah. Arcane knowledge. Gather arcane knowledge by raising settlements. That's cool. Upkeep reduced for sorcerers. The Empire hates him. Yeah, that's gonna be a given. Oh, but look, he's coming out of, like Canada, essentially, but by the Dark Elves. And some bonus to melee. He has a cool plagued two-headed dragon or something. A gold hell brass. Oh, also of the Cabal, so same things. Just attrition reduction, campaign movement, replenishment, much more of a campaign buff themed one. And then Chaos Domains. They can have Clan Fester mercenaries for them of the Skaven. Rot Blood Drive. Bjodvar Rib Spreader. Does not pay additional army upkeep. Does that mean you can have as many armies as you want without it, like, exponentially? Not even exponentially, just increasing each one. Access to the Skittergate, where you can teleport your lord across the world. That's cool. You go from raiding, everyone hates them. Slaves seem to produce more money but die faster. He's good at fighting humans, spends corruption, cheaper for marauder units, and causes fear. Look at Axe. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, there are some more. A lot of them weren't really up to date, or I might not have found them all, but there are some more factions out there, like Kislev, and I think there was like Amazons and a bunch of other stuff. But I think there's a lot in here for us to work with. But you can let me know if there's some other mods I should try. But you know me, I just have fun looking through the lords and the units and stuff and talking about it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like or a comment if you did.